great. And we plan on
Yeah.
doing some work out there. Um, so great. So hopefully I'll do Q&A at the end so that you and I can talk specifically, and I'll stop recording at that point.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. So with SEO, as you know, it's search engine optimization. Um, I've been doing this for a very long time, and so things have definitely changed with one of the number one search engines out there, which is Google. And now that Google, excuse me, has created their chatbot, it's going to be increasingly hard for marketers like you and I to be able to get heard. Um, and search is everything. It's no need of creating a great website, creating content if people can't find you. Same thing with social media. Social media is your street cred, we call it your window on Main Street. It's your everything. It's a matter of where your target audience is and which social media platforms you use. So let's get to it. So today we're going to talk about the definition. A lot of people don't understand is it, why I have to have a good SEO. What does that mean? I know I need a social media presence, but what's this SEO, search engine optimization? I'm hearing it's very expensive. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the advantages of once you understand the value, some tools. I'm going to share with you some of the results that my team has seen, and then we'll do a quick Q&A for the recording and for you, Evan. So number one, SEO is really crucial. No matter what business you're in, if you're in a salon, if you're in a restaurant, we have insurance clients. They are very heavy on the lead generation. They need to speak to hundreds of people a day to be able to convert them onto a product or service. So no matter what spectrum of business you're in, solopreneur, partnership, or a large corporation, you need to be found. If people need to know what you offer, how much how you offer it, and what it costs. So being able to search quickly for that information, have you come up on the first page at least, is definitely the best way to grow your business. But a lot of that you can't even pay for, right? A lot of that is hard work and understanding what is going to make you come at the top of the page or on the page for what I am searching for. Same thing with social media. Everyone has a social media account, whether it's Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or TikTok or Snap. And so there's so many conversations out there. I think I heard yesterday it's 3 billion users on Facebook. They've had unbelievable last quarter that have unbelievable revenue drive. So everybody is investing in the platform either by time or money to get their message out there. So how do we get heard, right, as business owners? So we'll talk about sharing news content on social media to drive that traffic. And really, it's about matching what you do to a pain point. My background is that I had been product manager and brand developer for 3 really good consumer brands. One is Timberland Footwear. The other is Staples brand. And then the third is a little lingerie company called Victoria's Secret. So I understand what it takes to match up your service and your product with the pain point that the average consumer has. And that's how we get people's attention, right? Just saying that I'm going to do a workshop today doesn't make a difference. But when I can say, hey, I know there's a problem with leveraging your social media presence or getting enough SEO, and then I'm relating it to exact problem that the attendees today have been experiencing. Thus, it drives their attendance to show up. So again, matching your product or your service with a pain point that your target audience has will help you grow your social media presence. So always keep that in mind. You don't want to be a sales pitch. You want to be a resource. Once people find you as a resource, then they'll learn to trust you, and trust always converts your clients. So it sounds like just another thing to do. You have to create graphics, you have to create video, they have to create sales pitches, you have to create brochures, all of these things around the umbrella of marketing can seem to be at times just another thing to do. But I wanted to kind of go through why it's not that at all. So for on your website with the SEO, number one, it enhances visibility. So I worked really hard to build this business. I spent a lot of money on uniforms, logos, websites, and no one knows I'm here, right? So enhancing visibility, I would say, is really important to the business. Improving ranking on a search engine. Why is that important? I know me personally, with technology, I'm utilizing it every day to find things quicker and more convenient than I ever have in my lifetime. So I'm always going to either Siri or to Google or to Bing or to Yahoo to find something very quick that I need at my fingertips. So if I'm searching for a pizza, to get pizza for a dinner for my family, I now know as a consumer that I can put the words near me, right? I don't want just any pizza place. I want one within certain driving distance. And technology and search engines allow me to ask for that. And they, guess what? Will produce the result based on what I search. So that's why we always say keywords are important. So one of the trends that we saw as a marketing team well over a decade ago was the increased search in near me. So if you have a business, you want to use those locations that you service. You want to use the words near. So if it's near the post office, if it's near the school, these are terms and search keywords that your potential customers are using every day. So improving your ranking on a search engine, because we know they are turning to search, definitely is crucial to your business. So we want people to visit your website and we want them to stay. We know that the average search yields someone landing on your website and spending 8 seconds. In those 8 seconds, they need to see that you are solving their problem within those 8 seconds. If you've ever got a high bounce rate to your website, it's because when people land, they don't feel that they have landed where they need a problem solved or a service or a product. Go higher on page results. So it's great. Now I've searched for the pizza near me. I have now 12 options. Out of time and convenience, I'm probably going to go to one of the top 5. So how do you get to be one of those and not be a sponsored ad? So going higher on your page results. And there's a way to do that. And then lastly, being able to do all this without having to pay per clicks and any of those other things. It can be done. That's with your website. Now on your social media, optimizing your social media means making sure that your profiles have cover photos, have images, tell a little bit about you. It doesn't look spammy, right? If you leave out information, people think you're just another bot on social media. Hey, our team is on social media every day. We even run Facebook groups, and we are seeing an increasing amount of traffic and participation with bots. People not profiles that are out there, don't have a location, don't have any friends, don't have any posts. So the average consumer, the average person that you're trying to pull in to visit your social media will consider you just another bot, just another untrustworthy profile out on social media if you don't optimize that page. You got to improve the content. We're going to talk about that next. And then optimize those hashtags. I get a lot of older business owners saying, what's a hashtag and why do I really need it? A hashtag is a conversation, as you know. And so jumping on conversations that exist within your community or your target audience gets you seen. So you want to use your hashtags. So it's not just a thing, it's the real thing. It's the thing that really matters. So keyword research. You can always do some research on what people are using in terminology today. We have a client who does college planning. Well, we also know that there's a trend amongst Gen Z of not going to traditional four-year colleges. They're looking at workforce training programs. They're looking at smaller community resources, universities, community colleges. So we now are working on a campaign to remove that word college and talk about workforce and training. So just an idea of keywords. So what is in your industry that is moving the needle right now? Content creation, technical optimization, making sure those links work. I don't know how many times I am getting ready to meet with the client. I look at their social media or even their website. I hit a link and it goes nowhere. It's a broken link. That hurts your SEO. That hurts your search engine optimization. There's no mistake that Google is the number one search engine in the world. And it's because they're very strict on the websites and the digital platforms that they allow to rank high. If you want to rank high with Google, you have to have your act together. They don't want any broken links ranking on their page. It's why they become the number one because of the quality. And if they see a website or a social media platform that is not good quality, they will rank it low. You will find yourself on page number 6. So make sure that those technical things in your website work. A lot of times I see where the business has a website, they haven't touched it in years, and now those links to social media, to blogs are all broken because that content went away, they rebranded. So always make sure that your technical optimization of your website is working, as well as your social media profiles. And then link building. That's where we're going to sit today. We're going to park here. We're going to teach you how to build some links on social media and on your website that are really going to be able to have you ranking higher and grow your presence on social media. So one of the other real things is after you've optimized and you look good and everything's working, you want to make sure that you're consistent. Regularity, engaging posts, that's how you keep people coming back. And it's not just a one-way conversation with your audience, it's always two-way. If people feel like they're being sold every day, they're not going to come back and they're going to check out. Let's face it, none of us want to be sold to every day of the week. So don't forget that two-way communication. And through using local content, articles, you're going to get that because they're going to start to comment like you've never seen before. So we're going to talk about the advantages and we're going to get right to some of the tools, right? So improving your profile ranking, SEO helps the business appear higher in search. And we're going to give you some tools so that you can become higher in that page ranking. Attracting potential customers. Look, if we don't have new customers coming into our business constantly, we fail. We cannot rely on existing customers to keep our business going from now to throughout the decade. It just does not a good business plan to acquire 5 clients today and never replace those clients or add on to those clients. So attracting new audiences, new potential customers in that audience always grows your business. Your increased social media followers. It doesn't have to be gazillions. You don't have to be a social media star, but you want to just keep increasing that community, building it up slowly. Remember, it's not the quantity of social media followers. It is, in fact, the quality of those social media followers. If you have 10,000 bots following you, it will not help your business. And then your visibility. It all goes back to awareness. Do people know I'm here? Do people know what I do, how well I do it, and then how often I do it, and then what I charge for it? Whatever those things that make you unique, we want to make those visible. So here's the tools. So within your community and within your industry, you want to talk about neighborhood news, providing community updates, and communicating news that people can maintain and trust, right? And so I'm going to get to a platform that we do. We are right now a publisher of news sites for newcomers to states. And one of the things that we found is when we give updates to those newcomers, because that's our audience that we're targeting, we start to see them heavily engage. Now, I know, Evan, you say you're in Indiana. And so there are certain things in Indiana that are well known, right? And so you'll notice that if I'm a fan of Indiana, I'm going to want to see either that college team, I'm going to want to see that sports team, or that favorite dish, that local dish that I experienced maybe when I was a tourist, or visiting family. You want to keep that going, and then within the community, right? So maybe your business only draws people within the 25-mile radius. The best way to get their attention is to talk about things in that community that affect them. Then you have them as an audience, and then they start to trust you because they know that you are local and you do care about the things that go on in their community. The other thing is a topic expert. So if you're a national company and you service several different states, what is your industry topic that you are that you can add value? So that can be within the neighborhood, or that can be within the state, or that can be within the globe, right? So I often speak about digital marketing, digital tools, how to increase SEO, how to increase social media presence. That's not unique to one neighborhood or town or state. That's actually unique to a certain person who is an entrepreneur or a business owner. So my topic expertise, I'm constantly looking for ways to showcase that my brand personality to entrepreneurs and business owners, as well as business professionals within a larger corporation. So make sure that your content focuses on your topic expertise. Make sure it connects, if you're a local business, with geo-local community updates. What's going on in town? What's being built? What new businesses are coming? Or what taxes issues, traffic, any of those things that you know that you will have in common with the people who live in that community that you're trying to attract. Now, within a target audience, we want to talk about demographics. So a lot of times, I'll show you a couple of examples where I use demographics to connect a business owner with their community. This particular business owner wanted to connect with parents. So we used some great content that was very favorable and very interesting to parents to connect her content on social to parents in the community. Interest and behavior. I'll show you another example of a solar company that touts energy freedom and a climate control and being really sustainably responsible as an individual. We took some content, that was in articles and connected that business owner with a behavior and interest in his target demographic to be able to drive an audience engagement that was very high. So it's with precision, but it also has to be relevant. So precision and relevancy is what you really want to do when you're looking for neighborhood news or even a topic in your expertise, and when you're niching down and targeting an audience. And then destination fans, right? So those are people who are coming into your community and want to know more. How can you get eyeballs on them? So if you're a restaurant and people are driving 25 miles, 35 miles, maybe sometimes an hour to your restaurant for a great sushi or Italian or a steak, you're going to want to continue to feed them with some of the local happenings that are going on, some of the things that are happening either at your location or in that town to keep them coming back, right? Because if there's a festival or an outdoor event or a music event, talk about that event and how great it would be, right? To have a pre-event dinner or a post-event drink at your location. So you see how you're working in a environment of all the things and lifestyle that your target demographic, your target audience. So that demographic, that interest, and that behavior becomes a part of your brand. It's the best way. If I think about my work at Timberland or Staples or even Victoria's Secret, they always sponsored events that tied in to the demographics. If you think about Victoria's Secret's fashion show, right? They know their target demographic are women, particularly younger women today. And then they would sponsor these fashion shows because they know that was an interest and a behavior of their female demographic. So let's talk about some of the results. And so this was an article on accessory dwelling units in the state of New Hampshire. Our client is in New Hampshire, and he provides heating and cooling for homes. So his target demographic are homeowners in the state of New Hampshire. And this article talks about some of the incentives that the state of New Hampshire is giving homeowners to create another room or another addition to their property. And that can be used for rentals or a mother-in-law apartment. Well, when you build that, he's the guy you want to call so that you can get the cooling and heating in this additional space in your home. So this was a perfect way for him to add some information, which was a guide, and then be able to connect his brand with that article. The result was his Facebook reach was increased by 87%. He got 2,017 clicks, reach people, and then his clicks were 79 clicks to read the article and to realize that he was a great wealth of content for a homeowner. So again, the demographics was exactly what he talks to every day. But instead of talking about how he provides heating and cooling, he provided some valuable information to them as a homeowner. It got their attention. It increased his reach, and he got link clicks to that article and new followers, I must also add. Second example was I think this is a real estate agent. And this real estate agent is talking to, is in a state where retirees come. And so this article is on some of the things that retirees think about, and that is Social Security. So the article is that the state that they're a real estate agent in actually does not tax retirement income. It was very favorable. It increased their reach. Remember, they're real estate agents, so they're talking about selling your home or helping you buy a home every day, day after day, like most real estate agents do. By just switching the content and the message to something that was more valuable to retirees, they increased their reach by 358%. That was over almost 8,000 people were reached and almost 1,000 links, because this was not selling them a service. This was providing information that they truly care about, and gaining this real estate agent was able to gain their trust. And our last one was a whopper for us. This is, again, a college planning, career development. She's a consultant. Families hire her to help their children make decisions on what the next steps are after high school. And so that's either a training program or college or university, or even just going to a placement program. So this article was about the state that she operates in being voted #1 for child well-being by the Ann E. Casey Foundation, a very highly regarded nonprofit organization on wellness. And she had been paying someone, I think a company overseas, to just post, and they were pulling just content from her website, not resonating with anyone. And boom, we picked this article for her, and her engagement went up. Her reach went to almost over 8,000 people. And look at the link clicks. She's never received more than one link click in the 4 years that she's been working on her social media. So huge results. Why? Because each of these businesses took content that was not about their business, but was more about their target audience, to convert these audiences to being loyal followers, and giving them an opportunity to continue to talk to them and convert them to loyal customers. Our team does this all day long. This presentation is not to tell you to use our team, but to tell you what our team has learned. So I'm the publisher. I'm going to pivot over to a couple of publications that we have right now. We are only in 3 states. We're in Maine, New Hampshire as a New England region, and in Florida. Our goal is to have all 50 states done by the end of this year with compelling content. And we know that people are moving in to your state, no matter where you are, because of lifestyle, retirement. They're coming there to study, they're coming there to work, and they even want to come into your state to have another location, right? So you see the big box stores are moving into your state every day, but so are some of the smaller franchises. And so with our news sites create articles based on those changes in the state, up to date news. And so when they're looking to either move into your state or they're new within the last 5 years, every state has had a huge migration of newcomers and new residents. So what we do every day is publish articles based on those in each state. But then our project manager, our senior content creator, and our lead generation specialist are pairing up those articles with what would be good for their clients in terms of engagement. Any questions on what you've heard today?
No, but I think all of that is like really cool information. And are you Lisa?
I am Lisa.
Okay, well, nice to meet you, Lisa. I just a little bit of background about me. I'm a makeup artist, so I primarily